Hi everyone, welcome to Tidy TV, where I've been accustomed to you. I'm Hannah John, and today I have a very special guest, Angela, who will be here to talk about the GKS program, how she got here, how she likes it here, and yes, hopefully to answer some of your questions. Stay tuned.
Hello everyone, my name is Angela and I'm 23 years old. I'm from Mumbai and this is my second semester at Ewha GSIS. I'm pursuing my master's in international relations.
International relations?
Oh.
Why do I think you're a business? You're not business?
No.
International relations. The first question I have is, which track you applied to for the GKS program, embassy or university?
University track. Ewha was my only option.
Say that one more time.
Ewha was my only option.
So you were sure?
Yeah, sure. That was the only one.
Why Ewha? What was it about Ewha that made it your only pick and, to take that bet or gamble with university track?
I was quite in a pickle. Like when I was choosing my universities, I had few options, the university next to us. But I chose Ewha. My sole reason was 21st century programs. That was the only reason. Also, the courses were, I felt like it was more empirical based and not like completely theory. And because I personally like more practical learning, so Ewha was the only one, like Ewha or nothing. That was me in 2020.
How many students from India came through the university track in your year?
I don't exactly remember now the exact count, but I think overall, like including university and embassy, there were about 54, 55, something. Like that was the year when the quota increased. Earlier, I think it was only 17 because I know the previous years I used to check the guidelines very often. So it increased in 2020. When it increased, I was so shocked. Like, is it real? I was really like, it can't be. That this is too much. Like, this is just more than what I expected. I thought it's a mistake. I really thought it's like a mistake or something. But then I saw for other countries, they actually increased for some countries, and like they also like actually cut down a few countries. So it depends where they get more demand. So they increase the quota likewise, yeah.
So we have quite a few students from India, both through the GKS program as well as through regular admissions. And I must say that we have a lot of bright, fantastic students. So that's probably one of the reasons why they increased the quota. Yes, I'm sure that might be a big reason. But that still doesn't mean it's uncompetitive. There's still, I think, a lot of students who want to get to Korea through that program. So when it comes to your own application, again, you are studying international relations. Maybe you could walk us through the application just in terms of positioning yourself and how you're going to kind of show that GKS is kind of the next natural step for you.
I started researching way back, like in 2018, when I was in my second year of undergrad. That was the first time I got to know about GKS, and that was because I was really interested in Korea in general. So I was looking, oh, why not? Like my few other options were not East Asian countries, but somewhere else. My actual interest developed in my third year, but that time I was like super serious, but like maybe why not, like someday. So I was checking out studying in Korea, and that's how I found the website, Studying in Korea. That's the website for GKS. And I went through the guidelines. So it was kind of interesting, but it felt like too much, like overwhelming and complicated at first. When you look at it, it's like, I don't get it. So I found someone on YouTube. She was studying international relations, but not at Ewha, like another university. But she had the same background as me in undergrad. So I was like, okay, that's kind of interesting. And I actually texted her once, and she did reply me, and she told me about the scholarship. You need to know the guidelines first. I mean, like, she cannot help me without, doing my own research. So doing your research is important. And when I finally did my research, that was when I actually graduated my undergrad. And I was studying for another year. I didn't really take a gap year. I was studying international studies as a postgraduate diploma. That made me more interested in global affairs, and it was not really like classes. It was more like discussion based and panel, like where we had seminars and interaction with dignities. So it was pretty cool. That's when I realized that okay, I really wanna take this path, and because I was really interested in Korea as a country and its culture, so it just made sense.
So one thing students are interested in is kind of academic qualifications to apply for the GKS program. If you don't mind, could you share things like what was your GPA at the time that you applied, and also some of the prior coursework that you might have done with relation to what you're trying to study at Ewha or at the university of your choice?
For my undergrad major, I studied mass media, and in my third year, my specialization was journalism. And then after I graduated, I studied international studies as a postgraduate diploma at Mumbai University. Alongside, I did lot of volunteering, like throughout my undergrad, and also the year I was just studying postgraduate. So that was pretty helpful because that was the time I really felt I like being in community. GPA, okay. So my GPA in India we have on 10 scale, but
yes.
yeah. So when you convert it according to the
4-point scale?
No, not 4 point. In GKS we have to do it on 100 scale.
Okay.
So I had 94 on 100.
Oh, okay.
So that's about like I don't exactly remember, but it's about 3.4 because we don't really follow the American system, right. So it was really a hassle in converting them.
So when you convert from a 10-point scale to a 100-point scale, or later to say a 4-point scale or a 4.3 scale, is there a specific tool that you use? Do you have to get it certified? It'd be great just to know some of the details about that.
Okay, this was the most difficult part in my application. Converting my grades. That was such a hassle because I studied at a private university and it was under Mumbai University, affiliated with Mumbai University. So they don't have the authority to change the grades. So they told me to go to the main university, that is Mumbai University. It was such a hassle. I mean, anything that's government related, it takes longer, and I had a time constraint. I was like, no. So I just took things in my own hand, and I was constantly in contact with GSIS office. I used to ask all of my queries to them, like everything. Like I think I bombarded so many emails, and Mr. Son.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Such a sweetheart, I would say. He was so helpful throughout the process. They told me I can convert it on a website called Scholaro. So I converted my grades to American this, and then I literally begged in front of my principal in my university to get it authorized. Right. But they denied, and I was like, okay, I can't move forward because this can't be considered like authentic or something. I was like, I don't know what to do. But then eventually it kind of figured out that it was okay if you submit like 10 scale, because I was applying to Ewha. So Ewha was the one who was gonna evaluate my documents. So they said it's fine, but you still give like an additional American converted grade like mark sheet. So I did it online myself, and I just got everything. Like for GKS you have to get all of your documents notarized, so I got it notarized from like a lawyer. So yeah, that was the process. But I also had a transcript, so it was fine, I guess, because transcript is more important. But you can convert your own grades. It was a hassle, but you can do it too.
You can do it. One question that I also get, especially with embassy track, but even for university track, is did you have a TOPIK score prior to applying for the GKS program? And if so, what was your score?
I didn't have a TOPIK score.
No TOPIK score.
Like, I spoke zero Korean before coming to Korea. Like, I spoke zero Korean, but I just knew like Kannada, just the alphabets. So I didn't know like how to form sentences, but I knew random vocabulary, like things I heard in songs and like in movies or dramas, and so I didn't know like how to make sentences. So no TOPIK, but I had IELTS. So that was useful because our department is not in, like, they don't teach in Korean, so it was fine. Like, what is required is an English score.
So another question that we get from students is it a good idea to reach out to professors from that university, either for what I hear is something like a letter of advisory or like willingness to advise? So I'm wondering if you reached out to anyone at Ewha prior to applying for the GKS program.
No, I didn't reach out to any of the professors or faculties at Ewha for any kind of advisory letter. One of the reasons was I had 3 recommendation letters from India. So, and that time I wasn't really sure if I have to, because I didn't know it's a scholarship, right? So Ewha's part is only evaluating the documents. So I really didn't know if it's a good idea to contact professors beforehand, because I was not in PhD, like not applying for PhD, so I didn't think that was necessary. So I didn't reach out to any professors.
I get letters quite often, actually, from students. I think on the one hand, I appreciate your kind of initiative and your enthusiasm, so that's a great thing. But one thing is also, I don't know if it's standard practice actually for professors to provide kind of confirmation that they would be willing to advise you. In general, if you're accepted for the scholarship or you're accepted for the university, we think that you're able to undertake the work, and so once you come, it might be a better time to work with specific faculty after you get to know one another. So for me, I always send a standard reply that, well, thank you for your email, but as a matter of policy, I don't give such types of recommendations to those that I have not had the chance to work with professionally. Should I share a side story? A story? Sure. Story time? We can also tell if you personalize the email or whether you send a similar email to many different professors. If you're going to send a letter just to reach out and just to say hello, please personalize. This means getting the names correct. If you're talking about specific research interests or their publications, please make sure those are correct. I remember one student who was reaching out about wanting to study at Ewha and was very interested in my field, but I think this applicant had also sent a similar letter to a few other professors, because one of the professors forwarded that email to me and said I might be better able to work with or to respond to this student, but it was the exact same email. So yes, please be careful if you do reach out. Again, I don't think it gives you an advantage any other way. We do just see the merit of your application materials, your recommendations, your study plan, and so if you focus on those, I think you'll be okay.
In the GKS application, they tell you to add 2 recommendation letters, but I had added 3. One from my undergrad university and one where I was studying my postgraduate diploma, and also from my dissertation advisor. So I had 3. And I felt like, why not? Like, it doesn't hurt anyone adding one more document. So they actually knew me, so it actually kind of helped.
Very good. Another major topic students are interested in, of course, is the statement of purpose, or SOP. How long did it take you to write your SOP? And maybe if you could share a couple of things that you wanted to highlight in your SOP to the selection committee.